Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Boom Beachers. That Hippie X back with another addition to the Boom Beach Playbook 2.0. Today, we're going to be breaking down the 11 o'clock core rush on Phobos with AZ Bullit. Here showing us how to properly execute this hit is the Jedi Master Tater, the leader of Angry Bart Jobs. Without further ado, let's get to booming this beach. As usual, I will be pausing the video here, just so we're able to take a quick look around this layout, as well as get an opportunity to learn the path we're going to be using today. Let's go ahead and start with the path, shall we? Here on the right side of your screen is the standard path that we use for Phobos. As you can see, it's basically a straight line path up to the kill zone, except for when you get to about this area right here. I do want to mention, when it comes to this path we're going to be using, it's going to bring your troops right here in between these three machine guns and the core. When your troops are passing this machine gun right here at 1 o'clock of the core, they're going to take a slight 45-degree turn behind the core and up to the kill zone. Now that we know the path, let's go ahead and watch Tater demonstrate how to properly execute it, and then we'll break it down from there. First and foremost, we got to do a little mine clearing. 1 barrage and 2 artilleries. Since there aren't any defenses right here along the right side of the beach for him to anchor his troops with, if he did decide to do a flag land, he has to do a flare landing right here. Up comes his mid-flare, and now he begins his walk. A split second late on that second smoke, but it doesn't look like that machine gun picked too many off. From this point right here, he's going to flare straight up to above this shock launcher, right up to the kill zone. I'm going to zoom in right here so you can see exactly how your troops are going to walk through these defenses. It's very important to know exactly how your troops walk through certain paths. Now that his troops are here at the kill zone, he flares the core and out comes his shocks. Since he didn't peek at all up top, he still had all of the delay on all 5 of these rocket launchers. Out comes his second round. He leaves this machine gun unshocked on that second round because by that time, the core was already dead. Very nicely executed, Tater. Very precise and clean. Now comes the fun part. Let's get to breaking this hit down. As I mentioned earlier, first and foremost, we got to do some mine clearing. I am going to bring up the path one more time so we can see exactly which mines are in line with this path. When it comes to these boom mines right here, you want to try to clear from about right here to about right here. And when it comes to these regular mines, these are a bit more specific. You got to clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You clear those so that way there's no threat whatsoever of any mines popping when your troops go right in between these 2 machine guns. So let's go ahead and watch Tater clear the proper mines. 9 times out of 10, 1 barrage should be good for clearing all of these boom mines. I mean, unless, of course, you have horrible placement of your barrage. Now out comes his beach flare. In my opinion, I wish his beach flare would have been just a little bit farther, but that's a minor detail, really doesn't affect the hit. Gonna pause it right here because this mid flare right here, this mid flare is in a very, very, very specific spot. As I mentioned in my last video, you want to try to use the markings on the map kind of as guidelines. You see this little thin line to the right of these flamethrowers? Tater flares it, and now watch what it does to his troops. Since there are defenses right here in line with that mid flare, his troops are going to split these defenses, and now they're going to come together and walk fairly uniformed. And from here he flares up to above that shock launcher. I'm going to play this in half speed for you so you can see exactly how your troops are going to walk through these defenses right here. His troops go right in between these two machine guns. Then around to the left of these boom cannons. And then directly in between these and the core. This smoke right here that just landed, that is a very specific smoke. Since your troops are going to walk behind the core, you want to throw your smoke to where it covers your troops completely. Because as they're walking behind that core, it's really easy to throw your smoke too far to the right and then they'll peek. When they do go behind the core, they're going to end up going right below this shock launcher right here. We'll go ahead and watch it. You see how Bullit went right under that shock launcher? Also, a very important detail when it comes to this hit. You don't want to let your troops get too high right there. You kind of want to flare the core pretty quick. Because if you end up letting your troops get too high right there, they tend to wrap around this bottom rocket launcher right here. So since Tater timed his core flare just right, his troops do spread a little bit, but they spread underneath that rocket launcher. Now check this. This is the really cool thing about this hit. Since Private Bullit is in the blind spot of these two shock launchers right here, well, all three of these shock launchers, as well as this rocket launcher right here, all of the weapons that he's in the safe zone of are frozen. So all the weapons that he does have to shock, you can see these two and these three. This machine gun is taunted, but it was really this one that he's worried about, since that one's not in range of the taunt, but it is in range of his kill zone. And now his Zukas just ripped through this core with ease. If you guys don't mind, I do want to watch that one more time because there are a lot of specific details that you got to pay attention to. I'll point them out as we go. First and foremost, of course, you got to clear these desired mines. One barrage, two artillery. Out comes his beach flare. Very, very, very specific mid flare. Up comes his troops. And now flares up to the kill zone. Doesn't let his troops get too high. He flares the core now. And out comes his shocks. Man, I can't express enough how technical of a hit this was. This was a great job by Tater. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why he is the Jedi Master. Anyways, that does it for our breakdown of Phobos today. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. For more Boom Beach videos, that Hippie X is out.